And welcome to Tipsy Tuesday. How are you all this morning? It is a wonderful Tuesday here in Denver, Colorado. Got a little bit of snow this morning. Sent my son off to the bus stop. First time on the bus today. We almost missed it. So our schedule ended up saying that he was supposed to get picked up at 8:38, and it turns out that it's 8:20. So I was down there hobbling down, and all of a sudden he goes, "There's the bus." I'm like, "Oh no!" So it was funny, but we got him off, so that's good. I wanted to go over today a little bit of taxes and write-offs that you can write off as a home business owner. So I want to give you a little bit of my background just so that you could be like, you're probably like, well, Samantha, why would I listen to you on taxes? You're a network marketer. What do you know about taxes? Well, I've always been an entrepreneur. Since I was very little, I've always created my own ways of making income. And 7 years ago, I believe, five or six maybe years ago, my husband and I owned a screen printing company down in St. Petersburg, Florida. We owned it for 7 years, and I got really, really familiar with QuickBooks and being able to put everything together. I had taken some training from my accountant to make sure that I was doing the proper write-offs and things like that. So in the transition of going from screen printing to network marketing, I kind of didn't know what to do. And one of my husband's friends ended up asking me if I would input data into his QuickBooks for his business. And I thought, wait, there might be a lot more people out there that need this type of service. So I ended up going on Craigslist, putting on a little ad. So I had about 5 businesses that I was taking care of, taking all of their data, their invoices, their receipts, and all that stuff, and inputting it into QuickBooks. And then from there, they would take it to an accountant. So by no means am I saying that I'm an accountant. I'm just telling you what you need to take to your accountant so that you get the most amount of write-offs that you can as a home business owner. So I'm going to get started. I just have a simple list of some things for you to get together for your accountant, make sure that you're getting the proper write-offs and things like that, because that is one of the biggest benefits of having a home business, is because you can have these write-offs. So make sure to, grab a pen and paper, start jotting down what it is, go through your receipts, or mentally go back in time and just make sure that you write down a receipt or whatever to make sure to bring it to your accountant, and make sure that your accountant will tell you, whether you can or cannot. These are things that I write off every year and have for many, many years. And my accountant, I pay someone to do it. So I do definitely go through a professional as well. And he accepts all of this as well, has told me and taught me all sorts of different other write-offs that I can do as well. And if you're here and you don't have a business right now, or you're just getting started in one, because this is being recorded in January of 2016. So if you're just getting started in one, stick around, because there could be some stuff that I'm going to tell you that you can still write off for last year as well. So we'll get started into that right now. Like I said, I just have a list, so I might be like here and there and everywhere, but you'll get me. First of all, if you rent or have a mortgage, you can write off a certain amount of your home. For me, I work in probably about 10% of my house. So 10% of my house I write off. I write off 10% of my rent. Now, if you are a homeowner, just make sure to talk to your accountant about this, because it depends on how much money you make and things like that, of whether this is going to benefit you. Because when you end up selling your home, you do have to declare that part of it was a business as well if you write it off. So just talk to your accountant about that. Make sure that it's something that will benefit you in the long run and things like that. But definitely talk to them, because this could be a huge write-off for you. So I write off, as far as my house goes, I write off 10% of my house. So I write off 10% of the electricity, 10% of the water, 10% of the rent. I write off my phone because I use my phone for business. I write off my internet because I use my internet for business. I write off, let's see, what else do I write off for my house? As far as bills goes, that's what I write off for my house. If you have any questions, when you go through this, you can also contact me and find out, if there's some other bill that you have, trash and things like that. I don't think that really counts. But who knows? You can contact me or contact your accountant or whatever, and we can figure it all out. So, what else do we have? Okay, travel. If you are traveling to any kind of a live event, or you travel to even right down the street, even if you're going right down the street to meet with a friend to talk about having that friend recruit, and you end up having a meal with them and you pick up that meal, you can write that off. You need to write their name at the top of the receipt and write what you spoke to them about on the receipt, stick it in your file, and make sure to take that to your accountant. Miles. So back to travel. If you're traveling to events, let's say, such as live events, I go to Live the Dream every year in Austin, Texas through MLSP. And so I write off my travel, I write off my flights, I write off my cars, any kind of cab fares that I get into, clothes that I bought for the event, hotel. So make sure to be keeping all of these receipts. If you didn't keep a receipt and you're worried about it, most likely that person ended up emailing you the receipts. So just go back through your email and grab those hotel receipts or whatever and make sure they're written off. We talked a little bit also about travel. Write down your miles. If you are traveling from your home to somewhere else, whether it be for your primary, and that's business, if you're doing deliveries, or if you're going to meet someone to talk to them about recruiting or talk to them about your products and sell them your products, all of those miles are written off. So just get yourself a little log book. Stick it in your car, and then as soon as you get into your car, the best thing to do is write down the miles where you started. So if you're at 10,100 miles, right? 10,100 miles. And then at the end of the trip, by the time you get back to your house, you write down how many miles you went through. So let's say it's 10,100, and then you write down 10,120 miles. That's 20 miles. Make sure the date's there. Make sure who you visited is on that log. And then at the end of the year, you can go ahead and just add up all of your miles that you used for business. And those are write-offs, I believe. Depends on, but you can get like 52 cents a mile. So it's important to make sure that you are using your vehicle for business. So maintenance and things like that, you need to be writing that off. Parking, if you're downtown somewhere and you pay $10 to park somewhere to run in and do a delivery, or talk to someone or whatever, make sure to keep that receipt too, because that's also a write-off. Let me see. As far as office supplies, this year I bought a new computer. I am writing the whole computer off because I use it for business. I had to get it for business in order to do these webinars. I had to upgrade my computer to have a camera and all that fun stuff, because believe me, when I first started thinking about doing webinars, which was a very frightening thing for me at first, I had to go through all of this. My husband and I went out and we got this camera, HD camera, so that I could do it. And we get home and we're like, yeah, it was only $60. Woohoo. We get home and my computer's like, HD what? So the computer was a little older than HD. So none of the cameras ended up working. So I ended up having to go buy a new computer. So I am writing that off. If you have gotten an iPad, if you have a new phone, most of us are using our phones for social media, marketing, and all that stuff. You are using that phone. If you paid for it and bought it for business, you can write that off. So make sure to keep those receipts. Also, your phone bill. Make sure you're writing your phone bill off. If you do split it with someone, me and my husband split we have two of us on the account. If that person doesn't have a write-off as well, fortunately for me, my husband, he works for the city, so he needs the phone to be on call and things like that. So he is a write-off as well. So if you don't have a business or anything like that, but your company requires you to have a phone because they need to get a hold of you after hours, that is a write-off. Take that to your accountant and let them know that you must have that phone for your work. So we write off the whole thing due to the fact that my husband needs it as well. Let's see, what else do we have here? As far as like what I do and a lot of people do, a lot of your MLMs have products. You might be buying demo products for your customers to show them, if you buy something, clothing from your primary business or from your business to wear, to sell, that's also a write-off. If you're testing any kind of products, so if you're in health and wellness and you're, I think there's a tea thing, a tea company out there. So if you're drinking the tea and you're losing weight as you're going through this process, that tea that you are buying is a write-off because you are testing that product to sell that product. So make sure that you have all of that written down as far as, what you've been spending on products to test them, what you've been samples that you've bought to give out, any kind of shipping you have paid, if you ship someone the products, or if your company charges you to ship the products to you, that's all write-offs. So make sure you're keeping those invoices. The invoice with the company that I am with, they have it all broken down as far as what my cost of goods are, what my taxes are, what my shipping is, and what my demo products are. And then I also buy catalogs. So that is a business tool and a write-off as well. So just make sure that you go through your invoices and make sure that you have all of those put into proper place for your accountant. Let's see. Samples, phone bills. Okay, for me, I have membership fees with some of the companies that I'm with. Those membership fees are write-offs. That is something, that is your overhead. That is what you pay to keep your business going. So if you have a $70 monthly fee every single month for the whole year of 2015, make sure that you're putting down $70 a month that you're paying out, because you don't want that $70 to go unnoticed. It is part of your business and you are declaring that business as your business and you want to write that stuff off. Same with like I have a autoresponder account that I pay $20 a month with as well. So that also is a write-off. If you have a Weber, if you host webinars, you are also paying a monthly fee to be able to host these webinars. Those are also write-offs. So just make sure to really sit down this year before you do your taxes and think about what you've bought. Courses. If you've bought a course on Instagram, at $297, that is a write-off. Make sure you keep those receipts and make sure you take those receipts to your accountant, because that is part of your business and that is a write-off as well. Let me see, anything else? We talked about travel, health insurance. You want to bring that up to your accountant, depending on, what state you're in and things like that. You got to write down how much you're paying in health insurance, any kind of co-pays that you have for your insurance. If you went to the doctor and you paid $30, make sure to bring those receipts into your accountant. Any kind of pharmaceutical prescriptions that you've gotten, make sure that you have those with you as well to bring to your accountant. And then ladies, birth control. If you are on birth control, it is a write-off, whether you have a business or you do not have a business. If you are paying some of the birth control is $50 a month, the government will accept that as a write-off. So make sure that you have that as well for you to get the bigger deductions and the bigger refund. That this is your money. You work very hard for it. And even if you're not making millions of dollars or anything like that right now, it is still your business. You still pay to be in business, and you need to make sure that those write-offs are happening in your benefit. I think that's pretty much what I have for you today as far as being able to have write-offs and things like that. So like I said, if you have any questions for me, get a hold of me. You can get a hold of me through samanthaswall.com, or you can find me on social media at Twitter and Instagram at Samantha S. Wall as well. Email me, call me, I don't care. I'll leave my phone number. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll leave my phone number at the bottom. Call me. I'm here. I'm a real person. I want to help you. I want to make sure that you succeed in business. That's what I do. So give me a call and we'll chat and find out where you're at and what you're doing and all that good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you get a huge refund. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I will talk to you all soon. Happy Tuesday.